Hi, and welcome to the S.J. Childs Show. I'm your host, S.J. Childs. The S.J. Childs Show brings value to families through education, resources, and lots of laughs. Thank you for following us on this journey. Thank you for also hosting me as a guest on your show. Today, our special guest is Tom Hoskins. Tom is a life coach all the way from England. Tom has a life coaching business where he goes around the community and helps youth in schools. And he also has a podcast called ChanceisChange. We'll talk more about that today. After the show, please go to our Facebook page, Instagram page, and YouTube and subscribe, like, and share. Enjoy the show. Hi, welcome to the S.J. Childs Show. We are so excited to bring you our guest, Tom Hoskins, all the way from England. And I'm so excited for you to hear about his podcast, his programs, his absolutely incredible story, and just all the education that he can bring to us. Tom, hello. Say hello.
Hello. Good morning, good afternoon. It's definitely good evening here. Hello, and thank you for letting me come on to your great show, SJ.
Thank you so much. And, we were just talking about mental health, and that is what, both of our passions revolve around. And I just really love all of the amazing things that you're doing. And another passion that we both align with so much, children. Tell us about what you are doing and your programs there in England.
So my world and my life, it rolls around my company, which is called ChanceisChange. And ChanceisChange motto is every chance is an opportunity to change. So understanding young people and children and talking to them to find their voice is my passion, because young people and children and young people, they need to feel validated with their emotions and feel like they're listened to. And with my company, which has been running for 4 years now, that's one of the goals I try to change, because I don't feel a lot of young people are getting listened to. And my passion is, again, to make a change and create a positive platform for young people to achieve. And I feel like I'm doing it, but creating the Avengers of professionals around mental health is my passion too. Is working together is great. As I said to you, SJ, before we come on live, that if you take away ill out of illness and add wow, that creates wellness and togetherness, which is important to making a real change, because we can't do it by ourselves.
No, that's for sure. We really do have to create a team. I love that you say the Avengers. We need superheroes of teams to come in, help all of our situations out. Don't do it alone. Get the help, get the support that you need. Tell us where this started for you and how you started to work with kids and with people with, mental health.
So I've been working with young people in different types of schools. So in England, in terms of, we have special needs schools, and we have mainstream schools, we have secondary, primary schools, etc. So I've done my fair experience in all these schools. So my last stop was in a school in Gloucester. That's where I'm from. I was working with the behaviour of working with dysregulated young people who would struggle to maintain positive attendance. That's the word, attendance, what everyone thinks about, and working in a school. And I had a bit of a nasty injury. What happened in here is football, over in America is soccer, where I fractured and shattered my eye socket and my cheekbone, which resulted in me having an operation for what took 3 hours, which put 3 plates and 8 screws in my face. And after that, it took a massive knock. It knocked some sense into me a little bit. That's a little bit of a joke, were you? And over a couple of weeks, I felt very low, very down. But the thing what was holding on to me is the fact of my passion of working with young people and children, young people, and making a change. So I thought, why not? Let's chance and change, which are 2 great words in working with children and young people. So I put it together, and that's how Chances Change was created. And I took a massive risk from having a good job, in terms of secure job, in terms of going on my own as a lone wolf. And I started off with about 2 young people, and 4 years on, I see 120 kids a week. And that's not just the typical young person. It's anxiety, depression, self-harm, autism, high-functioning autism, behavioral issues. Everything you can look into a young person or a child is I work with, because I feel like adaptation is great. I work between the ages of 6 to 23, which is a big gap. It's a big gap. So earlier on is early intervention. Okay, in the middle, again, middle intervention, and at the end is hopefully passing them on to better things in terms of careers, etc.
Oh, that's so amazing. I love it. I love it. I hope that we have some amazing programs here too, just like that, and I think what you're doing is just incredible. Tell me about I want to know about the life coach, and I also want to know about the podcast. So,
yes. So that's right. Again, in the pandemic, a lot of people have sat back, not done anything, felt very low, etc. Okay, I try to obviously help people about this. And the way I try this is trying to thrive in a situation which has been very, very negative for a lot of people. So again, I walk around the streets with so much positivity, even though it's been very negative in situations. But putting a positive front on is going to give that other people some energy to change. So the hardest thing I find in working in schools I work at anyway, and especially with what's going on at the moment, is space. Finding a place where you can be together and talk. It's been hard because we're not allowed. We've been in isolation. So I come up with an idea where I wanted not just to help mental health, to also help businesses in the community, because who's taken a knock to COVID. So what I've done is I've got 15 local businesses in Gloucester to come together to help create the life coach, which is, my theory was buying a school bus, which I have, and I got it. And so SJ, you've seen it, was to buy in this, and also then to put the business logos on the outside of the bus. So when I drive around Gloucester or Gloucestershire, which is the county, they see the businesses, and it will be all on my social media to help businesses. On the inside, this is where it gets interesting. Inside is going to be my office. Inside is going to be the life coach. I am a mental health life coach. I want this to be the life coach. So I'll be driving the bus into the schools I work at, and the young people and the children will come on, okay, and have their sessions with me on the bus, where it's going to be a nice, calm place for kids to reflect and feel safe, in a safe, motivational space. And yeah, it's going really quick. I've got the bus. It's going in full in terms of wrapping. The logos are going on next week. It's going to be fantastic. And what's great is the community has come together and to create this, and it's happening, and it's amazing. And I can't wait to make an even bigger change for young people in the bus.
Yeah, that's so cool. What a great idea. Very unique and original. I love that. Tell us about your podcast. And also, we were also talking about how you are available for kind of an emergency crisis situations for some of these youth and others that are in a mental health crisis. I really want to know about that.
So again, with anxiety, with depression, exposing yourself is the way forward. Don't sit back and feel comfortable with what you're doing. Always expose yourself. Always test your limits. Growing your limits, which grows your resilience. Okay. So again, I'm easy to talk to a one-on-one. Easy, because I've been doing it for so long. Okay, so to look at myself and look at my progression, because again, I'm important. SJ, you're important. Our professional development is important. There's always room for improvement. There's always ways to learn, etc. So I thought, how can I expose myself to do a little bit different? Okay, a theory come into my mind, or a saying came into my mind when I thought, right, I'm on the ground, but I also want to be in the cloud. The cloud, in technical terms, is the cloud, which is Apple, etc. Spotify, everything. Which when I'm asleep, how can I make a change when I'm asleep? Because it's very hard to make a change when you're asleep. So I thought, why can't I create a podcast? Why can't I expose myself in terms of different, a little bit different? You won't understand this, SJ, is you would have thought my speaking's great. about 10 years ago, I've had a speech impediment. And you wouldn't think it, would you?
Oh,
So from the age 5 to 10, I couldn't talk. So I've exposed myself to talk and into a thing what makes you really anxiety, which is my voice. I thought, I'm going to do it. Let's see what happens. And this is how we've connected. So my podcast is called The Front Line of Mental Health. And people will look at it and think, oh, Tom's just the front line. Tom is just the front line. No, I'm not. The front line means every professional, every parent, every young person. That is the real true meaning of the front line of mental health. We all experience mental health, even if it's good or even if it's bad. Mental health is a common thing. It can be positive mental health. It can be negative mental health. The negative mental health is the way I'm working to try and get into a positive mental health. Okay, so the front line is something new, and it's got a really good response. There's lots of tips on there. There's lots of relatable stuff on there, but it's just not relatable to young people. It's also relatable to the parents as well, because they're experiencing the young people at their lowest. And again, I work between 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night. Okay, so my Instagram offers a reflection service to help young people if they need a little bit of advice. Okay, they can talk to me. We have great in terms of phone helplines in England. So I try to promote that as much as the 24/7 support, because again, I'm not 24/7. I try to be, but I'm not. So it's a key to understand other professionals what can offer this. So we have a crisis team. So whenever at 10 o'clock if something happens, I would always pass the details on the crisis team, because working together, again, creates wellness, creates togetherness, and having different platforms to help young people is great.
yeah, absolutely.
Minds is great. Talking to you, SJ, I've learned loads of things today. It's good to connect as another Avenger to help in the battle against not Thanos, the battle against mental health.
Yeah, absolutely. And awareness, really bringing awareness to our communities, because that's where we can help not only our people we're advocating for, but help the actual community with this information, right?
Yeah, exactly. And also, again, you get a lot of parents say, right, ban social media, that's the problem. Yeah, maybe the problem, but we live in a century where social media is so embedded into our lives.
Yeah.
It's like taking a car away for adults. Yeah. So it's about nurturing them and learning them about in terms of going on social media and their parents' ideals. Like, I'll be honest with you, again, tattoos. I didn't get these tattoos because I liked them. I got these tattoos to make me feel better about myself. I'm born in their parents' ideals of, let's say, 10 years ago at school, but now it's 10 times worse for young people. So don't tell young people off for wearing makeup. It's a way of expressing themselves. Why don't you teach them how to express themselves about inner beauty? I
agree 100%. And, I think that, me personally, I raised a daughter that's 21 now. It's my stepdaughter. And I have, 2 children that are 9 and 11. Yeah, now I see the error in the ways that I had with the oldest daughter. I see where I took too much control. I worried about hair color, makeup things that don't matter, and that really affected her. Bless her heart. I know luckily we've had long discussions and we've moved past all this stuff, but I've really, like you said, I've really reflected on the things that I could have done better, and now that I will be doing better with my daughter moving forward.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great answer. And to talking about reflection, I've talked to you about my 3 steps to a calm approach. And to the listeners who will be listening to this recording, 3 steps to a calm approach is something I've created. So the 3 R's, the 3 positive R's. Okay. So you have to recognize there's an issue. So self-recognize, you have to recognize if you're feeling low. And that's really hard, but once you can recognize, it's the first steps to change. Level number 2, second R, which is self-regulation, which is calming yourself down. If you're too heightened and you're too angry, you won't be able to reflect. You can't move to that stage. When you calm, you take a step back, you see it from another perspective. That is when you can truly self-reflect, which is our 3rd R. Okay, so self-recognize, self-regulate, regulation, and self-reflection is so important in terms of a calm approach.
Yeah, certainly are. I completely agree. Wonderful advice, and just such a great time to chat with you. And I appreciate you so much for coming on and being here. Yeah, it's been wonderful. And like you and I said, we both are going to take trips, come and visit. I'll come to England, you come to America. We'll make it work.
Yes, 100%,
Avenge
100%.
together.
And
Definitely.
again, the Avengers, it's all about going like through my 12 years and my 12 years of working in schools. There are people who I've come across in terms of who I feel are great in terms of working with young people. And it's amazing to see. And SJ, you're one of them.
Oh, thank you so much. You as well. You as well, Tom. Well, let's finish off. And I didn't prepare you for this, so I'm going to catch you off guard here. Any kind of like a funny story that you have to tell, maybe about some of your coaching experiences, or any funny kids or anything you can think of.
Oh, I have loads and loads and loads.
I know you have lots to say.
To be fair, yeah, no, I think I always wear in terms of a smile on my face, but I'm trying to have a little think of what to do. There is a funny story, but it was quite an awkward story, to be fair. And I think it'd be quite good on here to say.
I love it.
I think it was very much Halloween, and it's not for me. This is from a teacher, but this is the experience when to be fair, I laughed and I felt really sorry for the teacher, and it really holds on my mind a little bit. It's Halloween, okay? Someone was dressed up as a light bulb, okay? Actually, the head teacher, actually walked past, and I was walking with him. We was chatting, and everyone had their costumes, and it was great, a great experience. We haven't even had Halloween this year. Last year it was horrible, wasn't it? And he said, "Can I turn you on?"
Well,
So obviously, again, like everyone just smirked. He went really, really red.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
And all of us just looked at each other. And because the community of the school was so great, it took about, like, you couldn't even hear a pin drop. And then all of a sudden we just all laughed. And that's one in terms of like the one what close to me. And I think that's always stays close to me. And I remember the teacher doing it as well. It was great. It was the head teacher of the whole school, which made it even more funnier. Have you got anything?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Something just happened to me this morning. I was going to try to go in like kind of a chronological order of my life, but you can't do that. You got to fly off the seat of your pants sometimes. So this morning I went out to go give my dog some water, and they go out through the laundry room, and somehow I have hit the lock, and I've locked myself out on my back porch with my dogs in my nightgown barefoot. And my husband's in the shower, and the only person awake is my son DJ. So I'm banging on DJ's window, let me in. And luckily he did come, because he has autism. The chances of him possibly not doing it are kind of high. So I didn't know how long I was going to be stuck out there on the back porch. I couldn't have climbed the fence barefoot in a nightgown. So I didn't know what to do. So luckily he did. He came into the laundry room, and I just said, unlock the doorknob, and he let me in, and I gave him a great big hug, and he was so proud of himself, the joy on his face that he had done. I said, you saved my life. And he just
And that would mean so much as well to DJ. And obviously, I met DJ, and he's such a great character, and I think it's amazing. And the fact that he was non-verbal, it makes it even a more magical in terms of story and development for him. And I think it's great to see. And talking to me, a new persons are normally really, really hard in the autistic world, and it's fantastic. It's amazing. And that takes my credits off to your development with him and your coaching, which is amazing.
Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful 10 years to learn about autism, and now to, be a voice for him and for myself and our family, and just be really advocating for the world. So thank you so much, Tom. We're like such kindred spirits. We're going to stay in touch.
Can I leave on one note? Is just remember this, everyone, whoever listeners are reading, is that you can't control what's out of your control. But what you can control is how you want to deal with that situation. And I would recommend everyone on this, whoever listens to this, is to follow my Instagram page, which is ChanceisChange1. The reason why it's not ChanceisChange is because someone stole that off me. And I'm so it's Chance to Change one. There's lots and lots of positive advice on there. Again, if you want to exchange and talk to me, that's great. And my podcast is on Spotify, iTunes, which is called The Frontline of Mental Health. And I really appreciate, and it's been a pleasure of mine to come on your show. And straight away, I want some of your books. I want to promote that in England. And again, it's amazing. There's so many theories I would love to tell you, or maybe we can do this again.
Oh yeah, 100%. We will definitely be doing this again, 100%. And I'll make sure to have all the links down in the description so you know where to find Tom and all of the amazing things he's doing in the world. And, you know, we're just banding together. We are the Avengers, Tom.
We are the Avengers. We are like the Avengers Assemble, and we're just assembling people now.
I love it.
Mental health is not going to go away if we don't work at this together. And I think assembling people around different countries, because again, every country sees it different. Okay. And again, the educational system will be probably totally different in England than it is America. So coming over with my ideas, coming over with your ideas, and again, Spain, France, getting everyone together and talking about the mental health in different states, because every country is different, and every country is either behind us or in front of us in terms of working with special needs. Okay. Special needs young people, they got a voice. Listen to it. Okay, listen. Same with, again, people who just struggle with their anxiety or their mental health. They have a voice. Make them feel validated. Early intervention. Don't let them just go and just say they'll be fine. No, do it now. If they come to you and say they're struggling, that means something.
Yeah.
Small growth is any growth. Small growth is great growth. Okay. Take every step as it comes. Don't jump straight to the top of the staircase, because it won't work. You'll fall back down and it will hurt.
Oh, that's such good advice. I really love it. I agree 100%. And I don't even know how to say goodbye. I just want to keep talking forever to you. So we will definitely be continuing this conversation. 100%. Thank you so much to our listeners. And thank you so much to Tom. Like I said, all the links will be down in the description. And everybody, you have a great day.
And I'm going to go bed.
Kind of guy that keeps you warm at night when you are cold. I'll grab some blankets from my bed, wrap them around your chest, now pull you close. We'll flip some channels to find out there's nothing on right now to ease your mind. Sit back, relax, there is no rush, no need to speed things up. All we have is time to think about the future, forget about the past. Time to figure out a way to make this moment last. To make this moment last. To make this moment last. The kind of love that we've been dreaming of when we sleep at night. We'll get a little house to live in, have a couple kids, and we'll sleep tight. 'Cause baby, all we really need are just a couple things to stay alive, and everything else in between. Just trust my heart, you'll see. We're slowly coming. Time to think about the future, forget about the past. Time to figure out a way to make this moment last. To make this moment last. To make this Sunrises, sunsets, I won't let you forget that I need you. Spring comes and spring goes, forever you will know that I love you. Sunrises, sunsets, I won't let you forget that I need you. Spring comes and spring goes, forever you will know that I love